Hello, and how are you? Got a lot going on. Sorry that it's so late. I found a website that will sell my screenplays. Right, a lot of screenplays for a lot of series. Some good work. And I also want to start making some shorts. So I found an AI generator that will take my scripts and turn them into shorts. I just got to get to this stuff. It's so much. But today I'm going to be reading from Striving for Social Sanity. And this is an old essay, about 5 years old, 6 years old. But I think it can be useful. And I try to make things that are useful. Except for when I make entertainment, then I just make entertainment. My music is really, really good. Really good. You guys got to go to my Bandcamp. You got to you can go to my other YouTube page, Thinking Man 2. I think it's in the description. And that's where I put a lot of my entertainment. And I put all the scholarly stuff here. So music is really good. As a matter of fact, when I get off of this, I'm gonna put together my fourth album. This is my third album. One, two, three, fourth album. Because I think I have 5 albums worth of work. But let's get into it. So I've been reading from this essay called Trying to End Racism with Visual Media. And this is the last part, Ending Racism for Real. Producers are attempting to end racism indirectly. This is the last chance to end racism in a passive way. The next step is to directly end racism with human-based institutions and organizations. It is not enough to have multi-ethnic members in institutions. Every member must have power in those institutions. Ending racism may not be as difficult as we believe it is. The choices are to end racism or lose American Black people as a group. It is realistic to think that we can be reduced to a population of 1 or 2 million people. Right now we're 40 million. Some people who have power in this society do not deserve it. We have surrendered whole sections of our society to children of people who had power over our parents. Oligarchs pass their wealth to their children, who pass their wealth to their children, and we have functioned below these people for centuries. It was never healthy to have oligarchs ruling our society, but the grandchildren of great people are not automatically as good as their grandparents. We need to lead ourselves into the future. We can proactively lead ourselves, or we can wait until chronic social failures force us into change. We must study the history of this society. The horrors of bad leaders were pushed back by people who banded together. John Brown is probably the most famous white anti-racist. Brown risked his life and the lives of his children to make this society more fair for everyone. We may not need to risk our lives to take power from the maniacs in charge. Black people have never had power over any aspect of our lives for a consistent period of time. I know many of us are afraid to manage anything important. Poor white people have more power than they are using. We no longer have the option of going along with the whole old hierarchy, hoping that we are ground into dust less violently than the next person. Natural reality is asserting itself on every human being alive. We can embrace that reality and replace old social norms, or we can fade out as a species. I give producers of television and films credit for giving us images that can end racism. They are putting a natural way of thinking back into our psyches. We need them to follow their own examples. We must also be better if we want to maintain a complex society for the development of our children and ourselves. And if you don't care about yourself, at least care about your children and your grandchildren. I have great nieces and nephews. Do I have any great nephews? I don't know if I have great nephews. I have to keep past. But I have relatives. Yeah, I have great nephews and things like that. And so I want them to have better lives than we have. And we got to end racism if we're going to do it, because it's in everything. And it's destructive to everybody involved. I'll be reading from some more current essays about current topics, but I just wanted to go back and read that old one, and because I think it's important. And I'll see you tomorrow with another essay. Let's see what the essay is that I'm going to do tomorrow. Let's see. So tomorrow, I think I'm going to do When Black People Were Serious. That's an essay I wrote. So look for that. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care and try to be safe.